entitled 30-year-old woman mad after she gets ghosted by younger man.
When it comes to dating a man, what would be an age range for you?
33 to like 36.
Would you date someone married?
Absolutely not.
Do you have a preference when it comes to race?
My race. So black guys.
Minimum height requirement for you?
5'8" and up.
Would you date someone obese?
Not on purpose.
What does that mean? And what would a minimum salary be?
I feel like when she said not on purpose, it means if they like... Do you hear that? If they were not obese when they started dated and then she fell in love with that person and then they got obese throughout the relationship, then of course she's not gonna like just turn her back to the love of her life and just move away.
A year,
Or move on.
500K.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Wait, what did she say?
Not on purpose.
What does that mean? And what would a minimum salary be?
A year, 500K.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Minimum 500K a year? So she's asking for a millionaire.
Like $500,000.
Yes.
Damn.
Get the
Does
French
she
toast
know
out
how
of
much
here.
people earn?
Oh my God.
I'm delusional?
It says here you have a 0% chance of finding someone.
Wow, that's horrible.
And it also says you don't belong on this planet.
It's
Wow.
funny because it's true.
Let me tell y'all a story that's a perfect example as to why when you have standards or rules when you're dating, like you don't date people with kids or you don't date whatever it is, whatever your rule is, you never break your rule because they will always show you why you got that rule in place, right? So I went on a date with this guy.
Okay.
While we were texting, you know, we exchanged numbers. I met him out.
Alright.
And he tells me that he's a year younger than me. Now, I have a very specific rule that I've kind of learned over the years not to date any, I don't care if it's a year, a month, a day, not to date anyone younger than me, because we know scientifically, like we already know that men mature physically, emotionally, mentally behind women. So if you have someone your age, the guy's already behind you anyway. So you add any kind of age gap, now he's like double, triple behind you, right? So we go on a date. It was a good day, like it was fine or whatever. But something happened to where we didn't see each other for a while. And he didn't call me for like a few days. So I blocked his number because I'm thinking, okay, you're not interested after the first date. That's fine. I ended up unblocking his number because whatever, you know, and like 2 days later, he texts me or he calls me and he's like, hey, like, I just want to explain why I hadn't heard from him before I had blocked him. You know what childish ass reason this guy gave me? He was like, the last time that me and him texted, we were texting and I didn't text him back. Like he texted the chat last and I never responded. So he didn't respond for a few days because he didn't want to double text me. Are we in high school? You didn't want to double text?
The guy texted you and you didn't reply. And you expected from him to text you again? Of course he's not gonna text you again. If you didn't reply, what, is he a pathetic excuse? Like, what is going on? That has nothing to do with high school. It's just the guy doesn't want to bother you. Apparently you didn't answer him. You don't care.
Text me. You know what that's telling me? It's telling me that not only are you immature, which I already knew because you're a year younger than me and I shouldn't have went on the date anyway, but it tells me that you feel like you don't gotta chase me.
Oh, so you didn't text him again because you wanted him to chase you. Uh-huh. And he's the immature one. Ah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Guys double, triple, quadruple texted me, but you feel like you don't gotta text me after I gave you the chance of going on a date with me?
I don't get the logic of... what is this entitlement, bro? Entitlement. Literally, like, what do you mean? I give you the chance to go on a date with me.
Okay. We don't gotta see each other no more. Like,
Okay.
it's just so childish. And
it's not childish. You're making a video about it and talking about it. I mean, sweetie, what are you doing? You're giving him more of your time. Your precious, precious time, queen.
had I not broken my rule, I wouldn't have wasted my time. Not that the date was a waste of time. I mean, it was a date. It was whatever. But you see why you don't break your rule? Childish.
So guys, there you have it. And she said a whole lot right there. But like I say often on this channel, a lot of the times you just need to let women speak and listen closely, because like the old saying goes, the devil is in the detail. I mean, on one hand, she's bragging and boasting about how she has men willing to text her back to back 3, 4, 5 times at a time just to be able to get a response from her. But then on the other hand, she's talking about how she unblocked the guy for reasons that she did not explain. And this is where the water gets murky, because while she may have men who are texting her 4 or 5 times just to get a response, the real question becomes, are they the kind of men that she actually wants to text her 4 or 5 times? And this is just my personal opinion, but the answer is no. That's why it made sense that she had room to unblock a guy who wasn't texting her back to back to back, who possibly was immature and was presenting quite a few red flags. You see, attention is a drug for women like this, and they'll get it any which way that they can in order to satisfy that thirst at that given time. And while it is in fact true that if you do have standards, you should not break them for anybody, unfortunately for her, her addiction to attention put her in that situation.
I was
Yep.
wondering if you could jerk me.
What?
If you could jerk me.
Where?
Oh, say that.
That's the first question you ask? Where?
No, I said, where's the turkey?
Turkey?
Yeah.
I don't care how fine you are, how fine you think you are, how good you look, or what you got going on. The first second that I find out you mean or got a smart ass mouth, and for my next magic trick, make this hoe disappear. Out my face.
I think the funniest part about being a single woman with no kids is the fact that everybody else around you in your orbit is panicking.
What do you mean by that?
Y'all be feeling sorry for me. Meanwhile, I feel sorry for you.
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
You know, it's a crazy time we live in with the people who don't have kids because they're choosing to hold off until they're actually married and in a committed relationship are looked at like they're the weird ones. And every statistical study that you can measure has shown that children are far better off and do far better when they are raised by both biological parents who are married. And men and women who decide to get married and stay married have 4 times the wealth of a single person.
Ladies, if your man is not...
I mean, it's just a choice, you know? I don't see anything wrong in being single and not wanting to have kids and not wanting marriage. But also, I don't see anything wrong in wanting those things, you know? It doesn't diminish whatever. Everybody has their own happiness and everybody can chase their own choices. And also it changes. Yeah, it's harder to, let's say, like, get a divorce, whatever, when you have kids. So you really need to be careful if that is truly, truly what you wish for. But beforehand, make sure that the person you married is truly the person you want to raise kids with. And that is the biggest issue that we have nowadays, because people just go into it and then figure out once it is kind of too late that it is not what makes them happy. Don't follow what other people tell you, and don't follow this social norm or the idea or the predicament or whatever the word is for what will make you happy. If being single and being alone or being with someone and not having kids is what makes you happy, then go for it. Don't listen to other people. Nobody cares. It's nobody's business.
spending money on you, chances are...
Wait.
Single person.
Ladies, if your man is not spending money on you, chances are it's because of you.
No, ma'am. The men you are referring to is your depleting clients list who are paying for your services. And guess what? When they find another cheaper Ashley Smashley that they can use as a free jizz receptacle,
so true.
they go there. A normal men who are family oriented and not into your breed actually spend less than 8% of their entire annual earning on themselves. Everything goes to your family, wife and kids. Okay, but let's see what else this fake life guru has to say.
It's up to you to decide which woman you want to be. Are you a placeholder or are you a game changer like me?
And by game changer, she meant becoming a free cum dumpster to uncommitted guys. Married women are not placeholders. They are called ring holders, something that you will never be. And they enjoy raising their families, sacrificing their time to raise family with their husbands, something you'll never have. And to all of my beautiful young ladies out there, please stop taking any dating advices from these professional 304s who wouldn't even get casted in low-budget rap music video. License debunker strikes again. Peace out.
Hey, anything he said after Ashley Smashley, I completely agree with this guy on. No, but he's correct. Men who are family-oriented have a tendency to sacrifice and spend less on themselves while doing more for those that they have a duty to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Are modern women more
Wait. We can act right for the right guy. Not everyone deserves a feminine woman.
Besides chicks or wives?
Can you define the modern woman?
Everything that's not like your grandma or your great-grandma.
You know, I think we can be wifey material depending on who, we're involved with.
You don't find that suspicious?
You can't expect us to be wifey material for someone that doesn't deserve it.
Automatically wrong.
Okay.
They call her the cat lady.
And gentlemen, this is why you must vet women accordingly and don't be in a rush. Because there are women out here who are faking femininity. And these are the kind of women who will only be feminine when it is convenient and will only be a great benefit to them.
So the great benefit hence is if they are rich enough, they look really good like Henry Cavill. These are the two options. Either you are like so handsome or so rich. That's when you deserve a feminine woman. That's when you deserve an actual waifu. Other than that, you don't deserve her, all right? You don't deserve her best because you're not the richest man alive or the handsomest man alive. Anything in between is a sad case.
And we're not here to argue the fact that there are plenty of inconsistent, undisciplined, and irresponsible men out there. And on the surface, that may not seem like too big of a deal when she's selecting to be feminine. But that does cause a major problem, even if she's with a guy who allows her to be feminine. Because we all know, there is no such thing as the perfect relationship. And at the first sign where things start to go left or things aren't going the way that she wants them, that leaves an opening for her feeling justified in her behavior.
Yeah. We like to believe that if we're in a room with men, we're safer. We're not that safe. We're not that safe.
Regardless
I've been in a room
if it's a
with
robber
men
or
that I
not.
know and strangers, and I've still been touched on, felt on, and roped. So it doesn't really matter. I've been in situations, and most pretty recently, I've been in situations where I'm standing up in my man's arms, and a man has come up and grabbed me physically. He turns up. We almost went to jail behind that, but at the end of the day, it still happened. You telling me, oh, is it less likely? But wait, we talking about, is it less likely for it to happen if you with a man? It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
And this is one of those situations where it's so important to understand the difference between possibility and probability. When you go out into the world, there's always going to be a possibility of anything happening, no matter how safe you look to be. This is why it's recommended you wear a seatbelt when you get in a car to drive. It's possible that if you get into an accident and you're wearing your seatbelt, you could still be greatly injured or even die. But the probability of that happening when you don't wear a seatbelt versus when you do is vastly different.
Yeah.
And basically what it sounds like she's looking for is a guy to be able to look into the future. That way he can see when danger is coming and prevent it before it even happens.
Within the community, being classy is considered corny. But here's the thing, and I tell the brothers that watch me on my channel, keep doing your thing, keep doing your thing, keep doing your thing. What's not cool right now is you become an adult, you're going to find your own space. You're going to find your own communities. And the thing is the things that separate you from that is probably what's going to make you either a lot of money or just successful within your purpose, within your own right. Find what you're purposeful about.
I'm going to just add this, but shout out to MTR. you guys aren't subscribed to a channel, make sure you go ahead and check it out. But one thing you realize as you get older, especially and the younger you are and the sooner you can realize this, the better off you'll probably be, is that you really can't concern yourself about what other people think. Far too often, especially for the young men out there, you can end up wasting too much time not getting things done or not trying things out or not just embracing who you are or becoming the best version of yourself because you're so concerned about what everybody else around you thinks about you or what they're going to say about you doing whatever it is that you're attempting to do.
That is so
and how
true.
Everybody's going to have an opinion on things you're doing with
It's not only men, women too.
The sooner you can get over the fact that people are always going to have an opinion and you shouldn't really not care or give a damn about what their opinion is, the better off you'll be, the more likely you are going to be to embrace who you are and fully reach your potential. Guys, as always, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Always appreciate your feedback. If you've been enjoying the content, hit the like, subscribe button to continue watching more.
I like him.
And as always,
Charles in charge. He is very respectful YouTuber. Compared to the other guy, like he's not a savage. He doesn't like go there, you know. He doesn't diminish a specific gender. He's respectful to everyone, to all the sexes, the genders and whatnot. And he speaks from, I would say, from a place of love. He really cares. He genuinely cares about making Earth and the world a better place for everyone in it. And he has really smart input. Look at him listening to me. His face. Yeah, I really like him. Charles is much better than some other guys that I react to with the same content.
How old is this?